Hi, so today I'm going to tell you the story of the manhwa The World After the Fall. It is a very interesting manhwa, and the story proceeds with the main character being in a mall and he's saving a little kid from the tremors that are all around due to the appearance of towers. What are these towers? These towers are basically the plot of the story, and it shows that in this particular world now there is the appearance of demons. The gods are certainly interested in all the people in this world, and they are going to destroy this world if somebody or someone does not gets into these towers and defeats all the levels that are in these towers. So it is a simple tower, it has around 100 levels, and all these people who go into these towers need to defeat the tower in order to save humanity. So the tower walkers are the people who go inside the towers, and the people who remain on the outside of the towers are impacted by the tower impacts. Tower impacts are essentially, an outburst of demons that will come out and they'll kill everybody in their sight and they'll destroy everything in their sight. And there will be only a certain limit to all these tower impacts and how many of those that a world can handle. They'll come out in short bursts, so there is a chance for survival, but not for long, because as soon as they keep happening, everybody will be destroyed. So in order to get to destroy the tower, the main character goes inside the tower. Although he's a bit late, there are many people who are already before him, and they have all kinds of buffs, powers, superpowers, and the purpose of defeating plans of defeating all these levels. So it's very difficult to win against these obstacles that are presented in front of the people, but they try. So the main character also advances, and what he realizes is that by manipulating the system to his advantage, he could easily win. So he also tries to get some natural buffs, but he doesn't have any, so he has to work hard his way through achieving a great power. So what he does is that he learns only one particular skill, and that is to stab, and he learns it so well that he becomes one of the most powerful characters in this whole manhwa. Now as soon as they are climbing towers, what happens is that the people who are in the towers already, they come face to face with a stone, a regression stone of sorts. So the stone gives you the potential to go back in time with your memories intact, and with your memories intact, then you can again come back and relive the whole situation while you already have past experiences. But as it seems, and as it usually happens, all of this is a very big ruse. It is all a falsehood that is meant to trap people into their own dreams. And specifically, that regression stone is no regression stone at all, but a nightmare stone. So essentially, everybody who is at the time of death uses it, goes back and relives all the horrible past events that they are occurring. And it is kind of philosophical as well, because it makes us realize that past is in the past. Whatever is gone, and we cannot do anything about it, no matter how much we wish to relive it, no matter how much we believe that going back in time will help us of sorts and help us uh, do better. It does not usually happens that way, and we are usually stuck in the moment, always rethinking about the past. So it's a very bad situation to be in. And our main character is extremely intelligent. He chooses not to use it, nor does he has the chance to use it. But one of his friends, Yuan, who is about to die on the 98th floor, is seen with a regression stone, but he also decides not to use it and rather jump off the tower, because he had tried his hardest and now there's nothing more he can do. So our main character, who is very strong, he defeats all the people up to the 98th floor, and then also goes on to the 99th floor all alone. But here the dragon, who has a very icy breath, awaits him, and he's one of the strongest characters of the manga, essentially in the starting. And he breathes ice, and blizzards come out of his mouth. So it's a very difficult situation for our main character, but obviously he is the main character, so, and a very overpowered one at that. So he essentially does not loses his confidence, and he tries his hardest to defeat this dragon. Now this dragon also tells to him about this nightmare stone, which I've already told you about, and he says that, would you like to go back? And it's not a simple would you like to go back. It's more like our main character has to live all the past horrible memories that he has experienced, and everybody is grappling him, and everybody who he has left behind is just stuck to him. All his memories are stuck to him, and they're itching to his heart to just get on with it, get on with it, get on with it. But he just can't, because he realizes that the only way is forward. You can't go back, you can't take the easy route, you can't take shortcuts, because if you do, then the whole purpose is defeated. What you were saving is already gone mostly. But still, you have to try and beat the system so that you can get out of the system. So essentially, it's the process of getting out of the rat race through the character's visualization of this whole tower as a certain point which will lead to a certain destination. But essentially, we do not know what the plot is, so let us continue. Then what happens, this is what happens in the manhwa. Actually, there are philosophical drifts, and then there is the main character leading his way through. So essentially, he tries to defeat this demon, but the demon is essentially very strong, the dragon is very strong. And what happens is that his health reduces, so he goes back. So there's always an option of going back to a certain level and then recuperating and then coming back and attacking. So he does that continuously, and over 5 years, it takes 5 years to defeat that dragon all by himself, by continuously stabbing, then going back, recovering his health, then coming back and recovering, you know the continuous process, ongoing process, and he finally defeats the dragon. So once he does that, the 99th floor ends and he goes on to the 100th floor. Now this floor is seemingly very mundane, but also very interesting, because here in front of him appears the demon who had been organizing this whole orchestra of death, of plunder. So everything that comes into his life, he got one of his dear mates, a girl who he likes, the main character, and he lives and relives everything. And this demon, as soon as he comes, he tells him that this was a tutorial. Can you imagine the face of the main character? You actually, it's so bothersome. He just, when he realizes that, oh, it's just a tutorial, I cleared 100 levels of this all by myself mostly, and this is just a tutorial. The real game hasn't even begun yet. So the demon explains to him that these humans, all this world, the world is number 294, and as we realize that the universe is vast, we're just a particularly small planet in this universe, and this is characterized as 294 by the gods, planet number, and you're a product of this planet. And because you're a product of this planet, you will go on to be the entertainment of the gods. They'll follow your story, and they just wanted to see that who has the most potential for plunder, death, and discord. So the main character gets very angry. His name is Jehevan. So he gets very angry, and he says that, oh no, this is not possible. And the dream demon again offers to him that, would you like to take the regression stone? Take a chill pill, bro. It was just the tutorial. If you want to go back and relive all those memories, so would you like that? So he said that, no, I already know the truth about it. So the dream demon explains that, oh, you do. But I have not seen a race like humans who are so obsessed with going back in time. So it has always been you guys who are so and so obsessed with going back in time. You always want to revert back to a situation which comforted you, and you're never looking forward. But the main character says that it's not like that for all the humans. Some of us have achieved that knowledge, or that acumen, to understand that whatever is only now. It is not a regressing loop that you can go back and then you can change what is going to happen, because you're going to experience the same kind of sadness but in a different way. So it's going to be the same. So if it is the same, why to go back into the past, and why not keep moving forward and get on with it? That is his ideal, and it is one of the most interesting points in the story. And this story is so intriguing on various points that it puts thoughts in the minds of readers that, oh, if this could happen, what if this could also happen? So it's a very wide worldview. But what happens essentially is that the dream demon then offers the individual to choose to progress to the game which is going to be the next game, which is the main game. Now essentially, you have to understand this, that this worldview has levels. So the demon is at a certain level, the main character is at a certain level lower than the demon, and then there is somebody at a higher level than those demons as well. They are the gods of the abyss, and the gods have instructed that this particular individual, for their story, may be cultivated and taken to a higher level. and he's a very valuable product because he has defeated all these demons all around, all by himself in the tower. So he has cleared the tower mostly by himself. So it's very important that this demon does not, do something which is horrible for the story and kill the main character, for example. So it takes a very eventful turn. And now, when it is eventful, we will realize what happens ahead. So please subscribe, and I'll